first down and more. Wide and Valley Union. Came back and hit him as St. David round and pound all the way down into the down. And it looked like they maybe stopped for the first time in the ball game. So 10-13 counted 29. And as we go on through the season, you'll be provided a scoreboard on the feed at the bottom of the feed. Tonight we'll do the best we can. Just as the players have like opening week jitters, we got little glitches here and there that we'll get figured out after week one. Don't worry, stay with us all season long on Cool FM Live. Fake jet sweep to the far side and just kind of handed it off on a delayed draw.
Just shy of the 25-yard line, second down.
And down to the around the 25-yard line, second down and about 3.
Officials timeout.
9:27 on the clock, and an injured player on the field. Let's send it back to the studio with Jeff and the Cool Zone. Really hard without a third person, especially doing on the sponsors. So after the officials timeout, both squads back up on the field. And our Cool Zone Live is a new feature by Cool FM. It's going to give you highlights, just like the Red Zone in the NFL broadcast. It's going to give you highlights, scoring plays of all the other games going around the county. It's going to be a great feature. You're going to love it. And a fumble.
Recovered by the Tigers.
And once again, they went to the well and they came out on the good end. That's 3 turnovers or drop balls that the Tigers have had, and fortunately they've covered all 3 of them. So loss of a couple. It's going to be third and about, long 4 it looks like. Chains on the far side of the field. The scoreboard at this level does not show downs and yardage to go. Got double wide receivers to the far side, single to the near side out of the shotgun. Ciccarello with a long count, drops back to pass. Now is chased out of the pocket to the far side, and he goes down on nice pursuit by the Blue Devil defense. And once again, what was second and a very short yards to go to first down now shows the Tigers. And there is a flag on the field, so they haven't moved the ball. And holding on the Tigers, once again, Valley Union declines that. And I don't know if that's a smart move. I mean, they declined the other one, and St. David ended up getting the first down on it. So this high potent offense by the Tigers, you don't want to give them any added incentive. Already up 29-0. So fourth down and about 12 for St. David. Man in motion, and it's going to be dropped again. He came by with a jet sweep, and Ciccarello handed it off too late, and he mishandled the ball. Once again, fortunately, Ciccarello there to fall right on it. But that's going to turn the ball over back to Valley Union on downs, and that's the first time that the Tigers have not scored here in the contest. And Valley Union with a chance themselves to get up on the scoreboard. So once again, Bill McCulley here for Cool FM Live in St. David. First and 10 for the Blue Devils. And they're going to go off the right side tackle. Richardson picks up about half of what he needs. Be 2nd and 5.
Second down.
And once again, looking on Cool FM Live's feeds, I do not see our game that I'm able to share it with the folks in Pima County. But we'll get that fixed for next week. And don't forget about September 5th, the Battle of the Copper Pick. The Bisbee Pumas and the Douglas Bulldogs in one of the biggest games all season long in Cochise County. We will be there to bring it to you, this time at Douglas High School. So 2nd and 5 for Valley Union. Quarterback keeper, he's got the first down as he goes up the far sideline, cuts back, and is tackled about the 16-yard line. So nice first down by the Valley Union Blue Devils, and finally something to cheer about if you're a Blue Devil fan. And in the red zone of St. David, 7:24 left on the clock here in the first half. Valley Union love to get that goose egg off the scoreboard, as it's been all St. David thus far, up 29-0. Valley Union taking their time coming out of the huddle. They got double receivers to the far side and double receivers to the near side. No one in the backfield out of the shotgun for the Blue Devils on a long count, trying to get St. David to jump, and whistles blow. And it looks like it may be a delay of game. Let's see. They took a long time to get out of the huddle. And I believe that's what it was, a delay of game penalty. So 1st and 15 now for the Blue Devils. Ball just outside the 20-yard line. Back to pass, flush out of the pocket to the near side. He's going to have to put it under, and wrestled out of bounds at the 23-yard line. So another loss on the play for Valley Union. They need to get to around the 5-yard line for the first down. Ball is placed at the 23-yard line.
Second down, 2nd and 18.
So a long second down, about 18 yards to go here for Valley Union. 5:44 on the clock left in the first half. And the ball's on the turf, and it's going to be recovered by the Tigers.
There's a flag on the play.
But there is a flag on the play, so hold everything.
Flag is
and they're going to pick up the flag. And so the fumble over to the Tigers as they take possession here at the 5:29 mark here in the second quarter, up 29-0. So SSVEC, our presenting sports sponsor, powering our live stream youth sports coverage all year long. SSVEC serving our community. Once again, Ed Morse Automotive Group, Sierra Vista, stop in today and experience the difference. Cochise County is now backed by Morse. Back out on the field, St. David, as a result of the fumble recovery, first down from their own 25-yard line. A little flanker screen, and he was a forward pass. Incomplete. Had that been behind the line of scrimmage and he dropped it, it would have been a live ball. But fortunately for St. David, everything that they've done wrong tonight, St. David, they've gotten bailed out. 4 fumbles lost, 4 fumbles recovered. So second and 10 now for the Tigers. Kind of a tighter formation. Both receivers to the far side, single back. And straight handoff up tackle to the near side, up the sidelines, rumbling, and finally pushed out of bounds after a tremendous gain and a nice effort by St. David. Logan Flake, just a monster on that run. So apparently he did not go out of bounds. The clock will continue to run, 5:13 and counting, as the Tigers come up to the line with a 1st and 10. And you know, St. David, they'd want to tack on some more points before they head into the locker room. Back to pass, has got good coverage. Just kind of flips it to the underneath man. And Richardson takes it out of bounds, but not before the Tigers get another 1st down. So St. David keeps rolling here in the 1st half. And Valley Union trying to figure out how you're going to stop this Tiger offense. So another 1st and 10 for the Tigers as they continue this drive here just past halfway in the 2nd quarter. Ciccarelli fakes the handoff. He's going to go downfield, and had he been able to connect, that would have been another 6 points, but just threw it out of the reach of the intended receiver, Chase Pacheco. So that's going to make it 2nd and 10 now on the incomplete pass. Great camera work by our producer, Ray Tapia. He's a 520 Sports Talk guy. We love him up in Tucson, and he's going to be with Cool FM as the season progresses on games where Micah Mountain and his son don't play. His son's a great wide receiver for the Thunderbolts in Vail. And watch out for that team this year, as they are the defending champions of 4A. Off tackle on the far side, and rumbles down close to another 1st down. It's going to be 3rd manageable. Ibarra on the stop for Valley Union. So 3rd and 5 now, looking good for the St. David Tigers. And back to the sponsors, and these are very worthy sponsors. Sherry Hill ETHELL Team and Long Realty, proud to support our young athletes all season long. If you're in the market to buy or sell, make your first call to the real estate experts at 717-599-2439. Out of the shotgun, delayed handoff to the far side. He's not going any. Oh, he broke a tackle. He was wrapped up in the backfield. Broke a tackle.
Breaking tackle was taken out of bounds at about just outside the 15-yard line.
And another 1st down. Boy, he was caught dead to right in that backfield by Valley Union. Managed a way to get free and not only gained his composure, but gained another 1st down for the Tigers as they continue to roll on this drive with 3:24 left in the 1st half. Already up 29-0. So 1st and 10 for St. David. And another fumble, he's going to have to fall on. He tried to pick it up, but made the wise choice to fall on it and not give the ball back. That would have been terrible had they messed up that drive at this point in the quarter. So smart move by Ciccarello to just fall on the ball and get back in the huddle and live to play another day. So it looks like he lost a good 7 yards. It looks like it's second at about 17 for the Tigers. Faked handoff. He's going to go to the far side, the near sideline, and once again overthrows his intended receiver.
Intended for a Flake.
So out of the reach of Flake. Wasn't really that close. But that's going to bring up third down and long.
Everybody clap your hands.
So the Tigers are going to have to regroup on this third down if they want to continue this drive. They're kind of in no man's land. You're not going to see a punt. And we did see their kicker kick an extra point. I'm not sure how strong his leg is as far as field goals are concerned. And we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So third and about 16 or 17 here for St. David. Another low snap. Ciccarello adjusts. Now he's flushed out of the pocket and goes up the middle, still on his feet. He's going to be well short of the first down, but did get out of trouble and picked up some positive yardage. And it's going to be fourth down and about
8.
Looks like a good 7 yards. So obviously offense stays on the field. Clock now at just right around 2 minutes when they snap the ball, most likely, or just a tad under. Oh, they are going to try the field goal. Okay.
Timeout called by the Tigers.
And a timeout by St. David as they lined up for the field goal. Oh, there's a chance to catch up on our great sponsors. Barnett's Towing and Barnett's Propane, serving our community since 1963. And Copper Queen Community Hospital of Cochise County. Their new physical therapy department is now open in Hereford. Physical therapy clinics in Bisbee and Douglas also provide the highest quality of service to the outpatients and home health care patients of all ages. Make an appointment with one of their doctors of physical therapy today at 520-432-6435. Go back to live action. Going to try the field goal now. And blocked by the Blue Devils. That ball is live. Everybody was kind of standing around, but it hits the turf and no damage.
It was blocked. It's a live ball at that point, recovered by Valley Union.
So Valley Union with the recovery, but they would have got the ball anyways on downs. But with the block, we set up all kinds of different scenarios, as I'm sure you've seen in different football games at all levels. So St. David stopped again, the second consecutive time they've been stopped. Valley Union's got a $1:43 left to go on the clock to make something happen. St. David coming out strong in the first half of this game, up 29-0. And look for the Blue Devils to go up top in the air. They did use a timeout earlier. I believe they have 2 timeouts left, maybe 1. Flake back to pass. Now he's going to scramble around, and he's in all kinds of trouble, and he's going to be brought down by the Tiger defense.
Richardson on the scramble picks up about 3 yards.
He got 3 yards on the scramble, so 2nd and 7, but that clock continues to run at 1:25 and counting. Beautiful night here in St. David, Arizona. And there's something about small town football. I'll tell you, the whole town is out here. Great crowd for the home team. And even some fans across the way coming up from Elfrida. So having played at this level, I can attest that playing a small town team is a lot different than playing a big city team. And an interception and goes in for the touchdown. So
Touchdown, Tigers.
everything going wrong for Valley Union as Richardson just throws another interception, his second of the game. And Emmett Eder with the interception, resulting in the pick six to put the Tigers up 35-0. And let's see if they go for one or two. It looks like they're going to place the ball down to be kicked. So 7 touchdowns by the Tigers here in the first half. And that's a big hole to climb out of if you're the Blue Devils. Kick is up and good.
Conversion is no good.
Oh, no good. Kind of a late call. It took forever to call that play. No good. So the score will remain 35-0. 51 seconds left to go here in the first half. Grasshopper Landscaping, quality from the ground up. Contact Grasshopper Landscaping for all your landscaping needs, including pool cleaning services serving all of Cochise County. Visit them on Facebook or Google Grasshopper Landscaping. Ginger's Title Service of Sierra Vista, located at 999 East Tri Boulevard, now open Saturdays 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Chris Leon and the Leon team at Cross Country Mortgage of Sierra Vista. Think of them for your next home loan experience. Proud to support our area with youth sports coverage and teams. Trust them with your next home loan experience. Sonic Drive-In of Sierra Vista. Come enjoy a tasty burger or treat after the game. Sonic is about community support and great tasty treats. Half-price shakes every night after 5 p.m. and Tuesdays, it's half-price cheeseburgers after 5 p.m. Also, don't forget the $2.49 Wacky Pack Kids Meal on Wacky Wednesday and 50-cent corn dogs on Throwback Thursdays. Deals available in-store only. All right, Tigers kicking off here. A little onside kick, and then Valley Union, one of the up man, is going to just catch the ball and put the knee on the turf.
34-yard line.
So Valley Union will take over with 49 seconds left to go in the half.
1st and 10 for Valley Union.
On about the 34-yard line. Once again, 80-yard field. So half midfield is 40-yard line, not the 50-yard line. So I hope you enjoyed the first half. It's been all Tigers. So if you're a Tiger fan, a Tiger alum, everything looking rosy so far. And let's see if Valley Union, they can make a little lightning strike here with a late score. 49 seconds left to go here. Empty backfield. Everybody's going to be in the pattern. And a quarterback keeper up the middle on a delay. And he goes down.
Richardson, the ball carrier, down after a pickup of about 3 yards.
3 or 4 yards for Richardson.
Pacheco on the tackle.
Clock continues to roll. They need to get back in the huddle and call a play. Kind of taking their time. You think they might want to call 2 plays in the huddle and come up on that second play, no huddle, and put the Tiger defense on their heels. But now you're looking at 16, 15 seconds, and this may be one of the last plays of the first half. Richardson going deep and going long, and nobody there as the ball falls harmlessly to the turf. That'll stop the clock with 5 seconds left and time for one more play.
5 seconds left on the
Don't forget at halftime, coming up at halftime after a quick analysis from yours truly, we're going to switch it over to the Cool Zone with all the sports updates, all the scores, and highlights with Jeff. So last play of the first half, 5 seconds to go, barring a penalty. Let's see what happens. 2 receivers to each side of the ball. Here comes the rush, and they're in all kinds of trouble, and he just throws it away. And that's going to end the first half with a score. The St. David Tigers 35 and the Valley Union Blue Devils 0, as both teams head to the locker room. And let's finish up with some sponsors. We'll go right into the halftime analysis, and then we'll switch it over to Jeff. Duran Plumbing, serving Sierra Vista and Cochise County for residential and commercial plumbing projects for over 10 years. With a lifetime of experience in the industry, proud supporters of local sports programs and athletes. At prestigious remodeling and restoration, Sierra Vista has pioneered a visionary approach that empowers exceptional service, reinvigorating the fundamental principles of customer-centric service. As a licensed general contractor, including plumbing and electrical, they proudly cater to both commercial and residential needs. Visit them at prestigesierravista.com. Seniors helping seniors. At Seniors Helping Seniors, their caregivers are seniors themselves. They show up ready to exceed expectations on a schedule that meets your needs, including overnight. See how they can help you today. Their teams consist of mature, compassionate adults who thrive on assisting and connecting with other wonderful individuals. Check them out at Southern Arizona SHS.com or call them at 520-487-4246. And Desert RV in Huachuca City is aiming to build a community that surpasses RVs by giving back through the local youth sports sponsorship, veteran support, and community fundraising events. Their goal is to go beyond sales by forging life-changing relationships and putting community first. Please support Desert RV and your local RV dealer. At the service center, go to desertrvcenter.com. So looking back at the first half, not much to look at except for just an onslaught of points by the St. David Tigers, up 35-0. Scored on every possession but two, and Valley Union had maybe a couple of chances to put some points on the board, but that St. David defense has just been awesome all first half long, putting pressure on the quarterback, not giving them a lot of room to run. The run game has been very ineffective for Valley Union. Miles Richardson, the quarterback for the Blue Devils, he's been being chased and running for his life all the first half, and it shows with the 35-0 score. Subsequently, on the other side of the ball, the St. David Tigers and their offense basically did what they wanted to do almost the entire first half. A couple times in the second half, once again, like we said, they did get stopped, but Ciccarello has done a great job. And surprisingly, St. David has dropped 4 to 5 balls on the turf and recovered every single one of them. So sometimes when you go to the well, you come up empty, but not in the case of the Tigers in the first half, as they got on the ball every single time it fell to the turf. And that's where we stand now, 35-0, a big hole for Valley Union to climb out of. St. David's going to come. I'm sure their coach is going to tell them in the locker room, hey, play like it's 0-0. Go out there and knock some heads, get some blocks, and execute the offense and execute the defense. So we're going to send it over to Jeff in the cool zone for updates on our other Cochise County games. Yeah, I can't find them. Can't find them. Feed. Huh? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, we'll get it. Yeah, he was. That's hard. I mean, Dan, if anybody can do it, Dan can do it. He's great. But yeah, first week, you know, there's got to be some. Over the broadcast, but Dan called me. He goes, "What's the score?" And I'm like, "Okay." Oh, okay. Because I was like, I know with no scoreboard, you got to kind of mention the score on the feed. Having game time, we just need to. The ones that pay more will mention their name more often. But that might be a good inroad to get new ones. Okay, so how do I share it? There's no share button. Look at, there's no share button.
Here come the Tigers.
I feel better now. Well, no, our guys can see it. Let's go through the how you doing? Thank you. Nice, nice. That's great. Yeah, this is yeah. I mean, I saved lives. So I was like, oh, I can handle that. I'm Bill. Katrina, nice to meet you. All right, here we go. Ready? And back for the opening kickoff of the second half here with the St. David hometown Tigers up 35-0. And Valley Union still trying to get that goose egg off the scoreboard. They will be getting the ball first here in the third quarter. A little delay here with the officials not putting the ball in play ready to kick. Not sure what they're waiting for. We already had our TV timeout. I didn't get to see the cool zone, but I bet it was epic. Jeff is such a good announcer. I'm looking forward to working with him one of these weeks, and he does a great job. And he keeps not only Sierra Vista, but Cochise County up to date on everything happening in the world of sports down here in Southeast Arizona. Also, great job by Ray Tapia, my producer for 520 Sports Talk, who's also helping out Cool FM Live today. And obviously, Dan the Man back in the studio, making things happen. So I think we're finally ready to start the second half now, as the kick is underway, straight down the middle and long, and that's going to just roll through the end zone for a touchback. That'll bring the ball out to the 15-yard line. First and 10 for the Blue Devils. They got a lot of work to do, and only got a half to do it in now. Basically, for you football purists and a lot of the fans that do know, have a lot of football knowledge, 35-0 deficit. They're basically, just as St. David scored on almost every possession, that's what Valley Union is going to have to do. But on the defensive side of the ball, they've got to make some stops against St. David, hopefully maybe some turnovers where they can get the ball back in great field position. So that's the situation that they're looking at right now. First and 10 now from the 15-yard line. Low snap, picks it up, dumps it off to the far flat, and rumbles ahead for a first down. So nice start for the Blue Devils. Wilson on the stop for the Tigers. But one play and a first down, and that's more than they did in the first half. And did they not give him the first down?
They got a first down. Okay.
Yeah, we're going the other way, chain gang. They were acting like we were going from south to north, but we're going north to south. And now they've got everything straightened out. It is a first down. Listen to Ray and me. We'll set you straight. Good times here in St. David, Arizona. Great crowd, great people. So first and 10 now. Kind of a delayed roll, and he's just going to slide down on the turf. Richardson with a actually lost about a half a yard on the play. It's going to make it second and about 11. So I'm not sure. I think that might have been a broken play, the way Richardson was acting, and he just decided to play it safe and slide down and take a knee. So 2nd 11 now for the Blue Devils. Looks to the near side and throws well behind the receiver, incomplete. So after a good first play of the 3rd quarter, had 2 plays that have netted a -1 yard loss. You're looking at 3rd and 11 now in the opening drive of the 3rd quarter for the Valley Union Blue Devils. Coming up to the line of scrimmage, no one in the backfield, empty backfield. Everybody's going to be in the pattern. Drops back, he's going to throw to the far side, and once again, well overthrown. So DeRozzo, the intended receiver on that, but that's going to bring a 4th and 11. And we have not seen a punt yet in this game, and if there was ever a time for one, now is the time. You don't want to try to go 4th and 11, at least in my opinion, this deep in your own territory. But we'll have to see what happens as they come to the line of scrimmage. $35-0 here in just the start of the 3rd quarter. And 4th and 11 for the 35-0. Just for Blue Devils. And they're going to play the play from scrimmage, and he's going to throw it, and once again, way overthrown. And not sure what Coach Skylar Hill is thinking, because you just handed St. David the ball in excellent field position, and you're already down by 7 touchdowns. So not sure the strategy on that one by Coach Hill, but nevertheless, St. David's got the ball 1st and 10 now, and ready to add some more points on the scoreboard. Hand off to the back, going to the near sidelines, and he's up the sidelines for a touchdown.
Touchdown, Tigers.
After he got past the defensive line, it was just up the sidelines, and they were chasing him. There was nobody in front of him. He's a big back, and he probably would have ran him over. But nevertheless, once again, St. David on the scoreboard with a quick touchdown here in the 3rd quarter to up the score to 41-0. And let's see if they go for 1 or 2. And they're going to try for 2 here. Jump pass and complete for the 2-point conversion. Boy, that's a timeline throw. Jump pass was very, very popular in the 1950s. Sammy Baugh for the New York Giants. A lot of other quarterbacks used to do the jump pass. You don't see it too much anymore, but you're going to see that kind of play in small school football. If you remember a couple years ago, Wilcox, the Cowboys, ran a wing T offense out of the 50s. And with 8 men, you're going to see some different formations and different play calls over what you would in 11-man football with the bigger schools. So 43-0 now as the Tigers extend their lead here at home in week 1 of the 2025 football season. Cool FM, glad to bring it to you live in conjunction with 520 Sports Talk. We've got the feed up finally on the 520 Sports Talk Facebook page, so you will be able to see the second half in its entirety, and actually after the fact you can go back and watch the first half where there was a lot of action. St. David putting up a lot of points, 35 points in the first half. Tigers getting ready to kick off here. This will be Valley Union's second crack at the football here in the 3rd quarter. Sails near the sidelines, and he's
Kick is
going to
taken in the end zone. That's a touchback.
touch it back in the
Well,
end zone.
he
Ball will
starts
come out to the
along
15-yard line. So Devils coming up to the line of scrimmage. Little pitch to the near side, and he's going to be wrapped up. Nice pursuit by the Tiger defense. And our broadcast tonight, and as always, brought to you by SSVEC, our presenting sports sponsor, powering our live stream, youth sports and coverage all year long. SSVEC, serving our community. Don't forget about MORSE Automotive Group, Sierra Vista. Stop in today and experience the difference. Cochise County is now backed by MORSE. And the Sherry ETHELL team at Long Realty, proud to support our young athletes all season long. If you're in the market to buy or sell, make your first call to the real estate experts at 717-599-2439. Back to live action. And second down and 10 for Valley Union. And he's going to throw it way outside the grasp of the wide receiver. And Valley Union's quarterback's accuracy is not even close right now in this third quarter. And that's exactly what they do not need. They need to put some plays together, get a few first downs under their belt, and march down the field. But right now they're facing a 3rd and 10. So 3rd and 10 now for the Devils. And they've got their work cut out for them. Let's see what they call on this play. Empty backfield, so you know everybody's going to be in the pattern. Here comes the rush. Throws it up, and just off the fingertips of the intended receiver, number 5, Zion Moore.
4th down.
So once again, Valley Union faces a 4th down, and seems like they've been on 4th down all game long. Barnett's Towing and Barnett's Propane, serving our community since 1963. And let's see what Coach Hill draws up for this 4th and 10 for Valley Union. Low snap, and it's just going to be a quick kick, but it's not even a good kick.
You got a flag
And it looks like it went off the side of his foot. Fortunately, there's a flag on the play. So you're probably going to get a re-kick. And that's fortunate for the Blue Devils, as that kick did not go very far. All right, so it's a dead ball foul, false start. So they're going to have to, they can't decline this penalty. They're going to have to take it. That'll give Valley Union another opportunity to kick out of the shadow of their own goalposts.
Repeat 4th down.
Tigers looking pretty good in game 1 of the season. And I'm sure they'll be a force to be reckoned with all season long down here in the 1A South Division. And another low kick. It would look like it might have got a hand on it. And it's going to be picked up about the 31-yard line, headed up the far sideline. And up to about the 44-yard line. That's where St. David will come out. 1st and 10. Copper Queen Community Hospital of Cochise County, their new physical therapy department is now open in Hereford. Physical therapy clinics in Bisbee and Douglas also provide the highest quality of service to outpatient and home health care patients of all ages. Make your appointment with one of their doctors of physical therapy today at 520-432-6435. Tigers up to the line of scrimmage, single back. 2 receivers to the far side. And just a handoff. I mean, he's going to try to go up the far sideline. He's got a lot of room to run. One man to beat. Pulls over and tackled just short of the end zone. And that'll be down about the 2-yard line. So he started off tackle with a great cutback, headed up the far sidelines, and once he got past the linebacker, he was pretty much one-on-one with that corner on that side. And they brought him down just short of scoring at the 2-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Tigers. What's that clock say? 5:53. So 5:53 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. 43-0. And it's good to be back with high school football here in Southeast Arizona. Who's playing Palo Verde tonight? And another touchdown on just an easy run to the near side. That makes the score. We'll have to wait for the extra point once again because the lights are burned out on the scoreboard. That's not 45.
The ball carrier on that one. It's either V-Check or Vinny C.
So I believe Vichek was the one that scored the touchdown. Once again, they're going to try just for the single point after. And 49-0 right now, trying to make it 50. And a muff snap. He's going to try to go to the outside and score. And he gets the 2 points. So
5:26.
once again, everything going right for the Tigers, even when they're faced with adversity. A low snap, the holder had the wherewithal to pick up the ball and run to the near sideline, getting in for the 2-point conversion. So with 5:26 left to go here in the 3rd quarter, the score, St. David 51, Valley Union 0. Let's do a quick check back with Jeff over in the cool zone.
Remember, you have till the end of the 3rd quarter to be able to get those 50-50 tickets. The 3rd quarter is running fast because we have a running clock.
So now the clock will run because of the score, 51-0. It will only stop for timeout. So even if the ball goes out of bounds, it's still going to run. Tigers kicking off straight up the middle, and it's just going to go in and out of the end zone for a touchback once again, and that'll bring it out to the 15-yard line. Once again, all of our live streams brought to you by SSVEC, our presenting sports sponsor, powering our live streams of youth sports coverage all year long. SSVEC, serving our community. And Grasshopper Landscaping, quality from the ground up. Contact Grasshopper Landscaping for all your landscaping needs, including pool services, pool cleaning services, serving all of Cochise County. Visit them on Facebook or Google Grasshopper Landscaping. So 1st and 10 now for Valley Union, down 51-0. And just can't get on track so far here in the game. And just a lot of pressure. Was that a fumble or was his arm going forward? They're going to say an incomplete pass.
Todd Pacheco on the pressure.
So we're set up about the 23-yard line on the other side of the field. So some of the plays on the far sideline, especially with all the bodies around, a little difficult to pick up it. So put some comments on Cool FM Live, how you like that red zone. That's an ingenious idea. Kind of modeled after the NFL's red zone, but the cool zone is going to be with us all season long. And there's not a better guy to do it than Jeff back in the studio. Can you grab that paper for me? So I had my papers on my rosters all lined up and no wind, and all of a sudden here in the third quarter, the wind picks up and Ray had to go fetch the foul ball. That's right. So 3rd down and 10 facing the Blue Devils, and still can't get on track. A long time in the huddle there. Let's get back to some sponsors. Ginger's Title Service of Sierra Vista, located at 999 East Fry Boulevard. Now open Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Chris Leon and the Leon team at Cross Country Mortgage of Sierra Vista. Think of them at your next home loan experience. Proud supporter of youth area sports coverage and team. Trust us with your next home loan purchase.
Pacheco, incomplete pass.
And another incomplete pass is going to bring 4th down and 10. So this series, they're 0 for 3 on passes. They are the Blue Devils. And once again, living in the dungeon, 4th and 10. Everybody in the pattern, empty backfield for Valley Union. And just a quick kick. It's going to get a positive bounce, picked up about the 33-yard line for St. David. Still going up the field and finally taken down around the 35-yard line on the other side of midfield. Cedar Haney was the return man for the Tigers and did his job. Picked up a little over 10 yards on that run back. So once again, St. David takes over in Valley Union territory. And the ball at the Blue Devil 35-yard line. So as the weeks go forward, obviously we're get all the bugs worked out, all the kinks worked out, and you want to stay with us all season long for the best high school football in Cochise County. We are 2 weeks away from the Copper Pick game, and that's always one of the biggest events in Cochise County in all of sports. So 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Just a quick handoff up the middle as he wiggles his way over down to about the 30-yard line. Picked up half of what he needed for the first down. It'll be 2nd and 5 from about the 30-yard line of Valley Union. Tiger cheerleaders running in front of us, and this crowd is quite content with that 51-0 lead. Now the shotgun single back, and just another handoff, and he's going to go off tackle, and he nearly broke it. Had he not been tackled by that Valley Union defender, you were looking at 6 more points for the Tigers. So another first down with $1:20 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Once again, the clock will continue to run. I believe if you're up by 42 or 45 points, I'll have to check that. Maybe Jeff can give me a hint on that. The clock will continue to run. It's a running clock. The only time it would stop would be on timeout. So incomplete passes, ball plays out of bounds, the clock will continue to roll. So 1st and 10 for the Tigers. And once again, he's going to fake the handoff, and he's going to go the other way on the bootleg, cuts back inside, and gets another first down and more, and he gets into the end zone for a touchdown. So nice job by the Tigers to come out and put some more points on the board. Their 2nd touchdown here of the 3rd quarter. And now a 57-0 lead pending the point after. They're going to try to go for the single point off the kick. Good place, good hold, and just snuck it in the side of the right upright.
59 seconds left in the third
But nevertheless,
quarter.
his kick is good, and the score now 58-0. All Tigers. So since this game is so lopsided, let's take it back to Jeff in the studio for the cool zone. Where's your headphone? Oh. Huh? What is that? Okay. I thought it was likes. All right, ready to kick it back off to the Valley Union Blue Devils. And it's been all the Tigers in this game. Kind of a low line drive kick down the middle. They fumbled the ball and just wisely dropped on it to keep the possession. And Valley Union will take over 1st and 10. Sonic Drive-In is here at Vista. Come enjoy the tasty burger or treat after the game. Sonic is about community support and great tasty treats. Half-price shakes every night after 5. And Tuesdays, it's half-price cheeseburgers after 5. Also, $2.49 Wacky Pack Kids Meals on Wacky Wednesday. And don't forget the 50-cent corn dogs on Throwback Thursdays. Deals available in-store only. So Valley Union just trying to make something positive out of a very disappointing effort in week 1. Kind of dumped it off on the dump off pass, but 2 St. David defenders just ready to throw out the welcome mat and smack him to the turf. So gain of a couple yards. Be 2nd and a long 8. Looking forward to that pick game. We're going to have my color guy from 520 Sports Talk, Ramon De La Osa, who's actually the head softball coach at Mountain View High School in Marana. And he also played 8-man football at Patagonia Union High School. But we'll be doing the pick game, and we're looking forward to it. And they got the snap off before the time ran out, but it's incomplete.
That's the end of the
and at the end of the 3rd quarter, and once again, the entire 4th quarter will be a running clock. 12 minutes on down to 0, as this game is basically been concluded since halftime. The Tigers put a couple more scores, 3 scores up in the 3rd quarter. They got 35 in the 1st half and 22 here in the 3rd quarter to have a commanding 58-0 lead. So I want to mention a couple of 520 sponsors. Barn Fire Grill, I've been up in Marana, Cortero Farms and Thornydale, where they're cooking everything on the farm. Don't forget that awesome sports bar that's hooked onto the restaurant. And it doesn't matter if you want a steak, prime rib, chicken, salmon, or pork ribs, baby back ribs. And also they have some really killer appetizers. Make sure you check out Marana's best family restaurant, Barn Fire Grill at Cortero Farms and Thornydale. Also, Pop Studios. We're going to be in Pop Studios tomorrow at 1 p.m. to interview the South Point Catholic Lancer football captains from about 1 to 2. It'll be on the 520 Sports Talk Facebook page. You can catch it there. And Pop Studios, right just north of Speedway in Wilmont. Let Diego help you out, whether you got a music act, a talk show, a podcast, or anything else you need studio help for. Diego will make your production pop. So Valley Union now, as we change positions on the field, right in front of us, he's going to roll to the near side, dump it off, and in and out of the hands. And, you know, that flag was silly. That was just a good football hit. So that was just a momentum thing. That was a good football hit. That flag was not deserved. You got, your coach always tells you, play to the whistle, and that's what that Tiger defender did. But nevertheless, they're going to march it off, and probably once again one of the few bright spots for Valley Union tonight. And it might have been one of those benefit of the doubt calls. I'll tell you, if Valley Union had made that hit on St. David, I don't believe they would have been penalized. Just my 2 cents. So an automatic first down on the late hit. And that's going to put the ball at the 25-yard line for Valley Union. So 55 yards to go if Valley Union wants to get that 0 off the scoreboard. And way overthrown to his intended receiver, Manuel Rojas. That was probably 2 or 3 feet above what he could jump. And he's a fairly tall young man. He'll probably be playing basketball also for the Blue Devils come the winter down in Elfrida. So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 on that incompletion. Once again, the clock is running, coming up to the 10-minute mark in the final quarter here. Motion going away from us. It's going to go down the middle, and once again, picked off by St. David. And up the field he goes, and tackled about the 23-yard line. And the Tigers will take over on the turnover. I believe that was Cedar Haney with the interception. So Tigers, what can you say? Everything has gone right for them tonight. And they're going to take this possession and start it at their own 23-yard line, already up 58-0 over Valley Union. Timeout Tigers. So that'll give us a chance to once again mention our great sponsors here at Cool FM Live. Duran Plumbing, serving Sierra Vista and Cochise County for residential and commercial plumbing projects for over 10 years with a lifetime of experience in the industry. Proud supporter of local sports program and athletes. Prestige Remodeling and Restoration in Sierra Vista has pioneered a visionary approach that empowers exceptional service, reinvigorating the fundamental principles of customer-centric service. As a licensed general contractor, including plumbing and electrical, they proudly cater to both commercial and residential needs. Visit them at PrestigeSierraVista.com. Back to live action here. 1st and 10 for the Tigers on the Blue Devil 23. Single back in, out of the shotgun, 2 receivers to the near side. Just a straight handoff up the middle, but he's got some room to run. Puts his head down and gets inside the 20. So pick up about 4 yards. And really, I mean, you don't even need, Valley Union doesn't, or excuse me, St. David doesn't need to put the ball in the air the rest of the game. Just run the clock out. It's already running, ground and pound. You're up. Take your win. Go to your post-game party. and it's all back on Monday for practicing for the next week. Great game by the Tigers. Once again, just a handoff, and he got smacked right at the line of scrimmage by Valley Union. Under 9 minutes left in the game now.
No loss on the play there. Haney the ball carrier.
And Coach Braden Davis emptying his bench, putting in some of the younger kids, the freshmen, the sophomores, giving them some chance to play. And that's actually, that's a nice luxury to have here in week one, that you can play your underclassmen in week one coming into the beginning of the football season. Whistles blow, flag thrown, and a false start by, we'll call them the Young Tigers. So getting a little nervous out there under the lights here at Friday night, and one of the Young Tigers jumped offside, but that might be worth a couple laps or something on Monday. All right, third down and about 14. Ball is dropped, and he's going to be tackled just inside the 25.
Fourth and 12.
And it's going to be 4th and 12. Boy, you can see the size disparity from the reserves. But that's great. Like I said, that's a nice luxury to have here in week one, that you get to play your underclassmen and give them some real game time experience. So 4th and 11 here for the Young Tigers. Gonna play action pass, gonna roll to the far side. Completed pass up the field. He's got a first down and pushed out of bounds. So the backup quarterback, nice play on a play action, rolled to the far side. And that's Cannon Haney. He is a true freshman. Well, I guess everybody in high school is a true freshman. That's what makes it good. No transfer portal, no NIL, just straight up football. So nice play by the younger Haney, and he gets a first down and keeps the drive alive here. Coming up on the 7-minute mark, and a 58-0 lead. He would love to get a touchdown, I'll tell you. Quick pitch to the far side. Here he goes up the sideline, and a short gain, maybe no gain.
Patton the ball carrier. No gain on the play, second down.
But invaluable experience for these young Tigers coming into the game. And, you know, this is going to pay off later on down the season. 10 games is a long time. And some more starters come out as the crowd gives them congratulatory applause. But going back to what my point was, this is going to be big in a 10-game season. Here's a pitch to the near side. Stays on his feet and rolls, tackled right around the 10-yard line. Gain of about 3, and it'll be 3rd and 7. So 10 games is a long season, and part of football is injuries and dealing with them. And when you can bring a kid in off the bench that already has some varsity playing experience, whether he's a freshman or a sophomore, that's gonna be a big positive plus for the St. David Tigers. So 3rd and 7, let's see what they draw up here. Ball at the 10-yard line. Oh, quick pitch, and it's going to be, the fumble recovery is going to be recovered by the Blue Devils. So the Young Tigers gave it a shot, and a lot of promising things in that drive, but ultimately a turnover back to Valley Union. And kind of no harm, no foul. It's up 58-9. So Howard Gorman back in. He's a starter. And you got to have a little bit of a mix, playing the young guys and the starters. So that was an official timeout on the turnover, and so that does make the clock stop at 5:41. But we've had a whale of a time here in St. David. Great people here, and it's always fun to come down here, especially from Tucson or Marana, where I'm from. Pass over the middle, tipped again, and once again intercepted by St. David. So Wilson with the pick. So Wilson gives the ball back to the offense, and Drake Fry will come back out and lead the Young Tigers and see if they can get a score here with a little over 5.5 minutes left. So Clark Wilson gets his defensive bling around his neck for the game. And I believe that might have been his second pick of the game, maybe his third even. So kind of hard to tell where the teams need to be being in week one, but I'll tell you, this is a very satisfying win for the home field St. David Tigers, especially if they maintain the shutout. Just a quick handoff up the middle as he keeps his legs driving, and a nice little run on first down.
Picks up about 6 yards.
So rebelled for about 6 yards. It'll be 2nd and 4. So the Young Tigers out on the field trying to put their own points up on the board. And did somebody jump? Dead ball foul. Let's see what they call.
Flag on the play, offside on that again.
Okay, so actually Valley Union penetrated the neutral zone. That's going to cost them 5 yards, or might have just be half the distance. So Young Tigers ready to roll, are already up at the line of scrimmage. Fry taking the snaps. And kind of held the ball too long on, he had the handoff, and he kind of had the option to pull it back, but he held on too long, and it caught up and bit him. But once again, that's experience that he will learn from and will be useful later on in the season. So 3rd down and about 5 now for the Young Tigers. Tigers taking a long time in the huddle. And now up to the line of scrimmage. 3:42 and counting. Once again, the clock has ran the entire second half. Motion to the near side. And a late handoff, kind of a broken play. I don't think Fry knew exactly which side. Gained some positive yardage, but it is going to be 4th down and probably a long 4. We got about a half a yard. Huachuca City is aiming to build a community that surpasses the goal. about a half a yard. Wachuca City is aiming to build a community that surpasses. Their goal is to go beyond sales by forging a life-changing relationship and putting community first. Please support Desert Arts. Their last possession of the game, and they're going to call it. Timeout and talk this over. This is about all they have, and you can eat them in the dining room. But this is about all they have, and you can eat them in the dining room, the Old West dining room, or the Old West dining room, or you can go to the awesome sports bar and watch your favorite. Or you can go to the awesome sports bar and watch your favorite team play. Play. And he's not going to go anywhere. He's going to be. And he's not going to go anywhere. He's going to be, I think, serving our community. I think serving our community. And thank you to all those watching all season long. And thank you to all those watching all season long. And thank you to all those watching all season long. And thank you to all those watching all season long. Under a minute now to go. A quick pick of potatoes. So under a minute now to go. A quick pick of potatoes. So under a minute now to go. A quick pick of potatoes. So Eder with a nice tackle. Open field, though. Incomplete. Eder with a nice tackle. Open field, though. Incomplete, but that's going to end the ball. Eder with a nice tackle. Open field, though. Incomplete, but that's going to end the ball game with our